Good morning, everyone. So this is the video that I was talking about. So today I'm going to talk about 15-20 minute cities, digital idea, and the last one is a little bit controversial topic, which is the transgender agenda. All right. So we're going to start with the 15-20 minute cities. So the danger of those cities are, I want you to imagine a scenario where everything you will ever need will be provided for you, and it's all within easy reach. That sounds great, doesn't it? Isn't it? Well, this is the new era of soft totalitarianism. It's always for your benefits, so people willingly will agree to be caged. Like Klaus Schwab said, you will own nothing and will be happy. This isn't a conspiracy theory anymore. It's called servitization. I want you to look up the word, okay? I'm gonna give you a few examples of the servitization. So, once upon a time, people would easily buy home. Not anymore. Not like today. Now you're more likely to rent. You own nothing. And another example is one day you won't own a car. It's all gonna be ride share. You don't own it, someone else owns it, but you will be happy. It's a plan piloted straight from the WEF and from the UN and the other globalist organizations who have been busy sowing this idea around the world. For example, so I'm talking around the world now and from the UK actually, they have already announced plans to divide cities into separately administered districts, which they claim it will help meet the country's sustainability goals by reducing the needs for citizens to travel. You can go away from your 15 minutes district, but you will be required to pay a toll. So I would say, now that's been told that you do not consent about this idea. Now I'm going to talk about the digital idea, which is actually a social credit system called slavery. Every transaction that you will make, it will be tracked. They will have the ability to tell you how much you can spend on your money, with your money. If you spend too much, they will freeze your account. Okay? And they will tell you why you can't use your money. Isn't it great? Remember in 2020 when they used the QR code, and you use the app on your phone, and basically what happened is you were scanned this code to allow you to go in whatever places that you want to go. This is exactly the same thing is going to happen to you with the digital idea. Okay, so again, I hope you will raise your voice and you will say no. Now for the transgender agenda, which is very controversial, and this one is actually coming from my own experience, because I've got a story that I want to share with you. I've got a little cousin, and what's happening with her, she's a beautiful girl, okay? Unfortunately, with what's happening at school, they're pushing their agenda to be transgender, and she wants to become a boy. right. So this is happening right here in Australia, guys. This is not right. We are living in hell at the moment. If your silence is your compliance, okay? And if you don't speak up now, what's gonna left for your children? Remember, this war that we started it is for the next generation. If we don't fight for what we want, if we don't fight for our freedom, we will live a world the next generation will know anything about it. They will not even understand how to fight for it. So my concern is this is going way further than it should. Okay, this is what they want. All right, they want to control you from everything. Okay, even though at school now they've got an agenda. Why do you think drag queens are there in the first place? Why do you think you can't even say a thing to your teacher, to the teachers, to the principal? This is very, very concerning. And if we don't act now, this whole thing is going to be a nightmare for your children and your grandchildren. Now, if you remember, if you don't stand up for your right or for your freedom, you don't even recognize the spirit of the Anzac. All right. 62,000 soldiers died in World War I to give you a chance to have a tomorrow. And if you don't respect that, we will lose everything that they fight for. And this is not what we want. The media has been brainwashed you since ever. They lie to you all the time. But what you do, you're basically chasing your own tail by listening whatever they said and running like, for something they don't even have a remedy for. And this is very tiring to say the same thing all over again. But we have to, because you guys don't realize where we are. And most importantly, you don't know who you are. We, the people, got the power if we are united enough, and if you raise your voice to take your country back. Don't forget that, okay? You don't even recognize your flag to start with. The red flag is the Australian flag from I have to read a little bit because so it's your land flag, and you don't even recognize that. Instead, you're flying the blue one, which is the corporation one, from the foreigners corporation, basically. Remember, Australia, your country is on the edge to lose everything. And this is very, very concerning if you don't stand up right now. Because all the research that we've done, we try to open your eyes in many, many ways. We try to tell you, simple things, but you can't even look at it. Instead, you're still thinking about a remedy in those independent parties, like, Ricardo Bossi, Monica Smith. What do you think they are? They've got their own agenda, the same one like the other, like the corporate, like the other power people. They don't work for you. No. Even though they're saying the right thing all the time, they try to bribe you with they're gonna they actually gonna tell you the fake remedy there, but they have they have no remedies at all. I can't understand why you don't raise your voice and you don't stand up for your freedom. They took everything from you from the beginning of it in 2020 when they start to brainwash you with the lockdown. The 15-20 minute city is nothing more than a permanent lockdown if you think about it. You will be caged. In Victoria, you can't even, maybe you won't see it now, but look at around you. Look at the lights, the street lights the new street lights they put around you, the cameras. You're tracked. They spy on you. I mean, it's not like caged now, okay? It's like they didn't put like a big barriers or anything like that. But what they do basically, they just put the new street lights with flat bottom underneath, and this one is related to the 5G towers. What do you think the 5G towers are for? Okay, do your own research. There's plenty of information out there. Now it's like internet is full of it. They poison everything that you eat. They poison everything, they're doing it to kill you. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. The chemtrails are real. They're spreading everywhere. They're trying to kill your crops, your livestock, your food, your what you gonna do when you're gonna starve? When you're gonna starve? What are you gonna do when you're not gonna have the opportunity to buy some food? It's time for you to raise your voice and to say, to stand up for your right, for your freedom, for your, otherwise you're gonna become a slave. That's what you want to do? Seriously? Do you really think those soldiers, when they fight for your freedom in World War I, they did this to you? No. They fight for us, to give us a chance to have a tomorrow. That's why it's important for you to realize that who you are, and it's a simple way to tell you this, but it's an important thing as well. Okay. Now, we've been first of all, and another thing as well I want to point out of you, okay, because you don't realize that either, but we have been under military law since 1910, after the Great White Fleet came to Australia to collect the debt owned by the Commonwealth. In 1939, a treaty was signed called the Declaration Regarding the Teaching of History, Revision of School Textbook, which enforced changes to the way history was taught in school. So the reason you do not know this is because the foreign occupiers didn't want you to, because Australians might get upset to know the truth. Are you? If you are a citizen, you are under the rules of maritime law, which is a commercial contract law, basically. This is often becomes another level of a QAV trust. As a citizen, you are not protected by the Act 4, the Nuremberg Code, and the various other war treaties signed to protect peaceful civilians. When you fly the red flag from 1901, the land flag called, you show that you understand, and you show your standing as well. And remember, you are peaceful, non-belligerent civilian who is sovereign under the imperial crown. You've made a conscious choice to step off the citizenship onto dry land, as you choose to be a self-determined individual. That's why it's important to be loyal to your Anzac, because you have not forgotten what the sacrifice meant. So this is a simple video to tell you, to remind you who you are, and to remind you that we've got the power to dismantle this whole system. Okay? We've got the power to raise our voice for our children and our grandchildren. Okay? So unite. Remember another simple thing. When you're united with people, we win. Divided, we fall. So it's primordial to unite with each other now, because otherwise we will lose this war, and I can tell you it's not gonna look pretty at all. So Australia, time to wake up and time to stand under your flag. Thank you. I wish you all the best, and this world needs, most importantly, love and peace. Have a good day, everyone.